Welcome back. Making news across the nation tonight. The Senate is considering President Trump's nominee to lead the Department of Justice. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche faced questions from lawmakers in a marathon hearing on Capitol Hill today. News Nation's Washington correspondent Gabriella Carcillo has a look at his testimony. We have a health alert tonight. A parasite causing explosive problems along the digestive tract continues to impact thousands of people across the country, including people right here in the Mid-South. WREG's Olivia Yepitz spoke with local health officials and has more.
Cyclosporiasis has affected between 11 and 30 individuals.
Last night, the FDA announced that the test which tied the spike in sickness to Taylor Farms lettuce was a false positive. However, a recall of iceberg lettuce and salad mix remains in effect. The CDC is now back to square one and finding out the source of the outbreak, which has potentially caused more than 5,000 cases so far. That includes at least 35 in Arkansas, 24 in Tennessee, and 5 in Mississippi. First at 5 on your news leader, proof that crime doesn't take a Sunday off. Memphis police looking for 2 suspects in a smash and grab at Parkway Village Jewelry Store. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm William Traylor. According to a store employee, thieves got away with an estimated $80,000 in merchandise. Thanks for joining us for the news at noon. I'm William Traylor. Zanetta is off today. Kendra Scott is charged with first-degree murder after shooting Rodarius Morton at her home on Travis Road last week. A witness told police that Morton had been invited to the home at 1 o'clock in the morning and came in through the back door. A judge set her bond at $100,000 during today's appearance. She's due back on August 3rd. We're in the final push of this election season, and like always, public safety is one of the biggest focal points, especially in the race for the state's highest office. Governor Bill Lee played a key role in setting up the Memphis Safe Task Force. It's his order that sent the National Guard, and it will be up to the next governor to decide whether they stay. On the Republican ticket, Senator Marsha Blackburn is leading the polls. During an interview with our Nashville sister station over the weekend, she claimed more Tennesseans want to see activity like the task force in their cities.
They want community.
Both of her Republican opponents, U.S. Representative John Rose and State Representative Monty Fritz, have each voiced their support of the task force. Well, News Channel 3 is your local election headquarters, and we're now just 2 days away from the first ballots being cast. In the upcoming election, early votes begin Friday here in Shelby County and run until Saturday, August 1st. There will be 26 locations available countywide. For a full list of locations, plus their hours of operation, just go to shelbyvote.com. Election day will be Thursday, August 6th. Memphis City Hall is the latest building in downtown Memphis to deal with air conditioner issues. A city spokesperson announced this morning that part of the building is without AC. We're told crews are working on a temporary fix while looking at more permanent solutions to the outage. The city says the building remains open for business, although some employees are working remotely.
Moving together toward a common goal.
Some active and inspiring grandmothers. All right, 11 states and Canada were all represented in that tournament, but the league has no teams from the Mid-South. So if you're interested in forming one, you can find the next steps on grannybasketball.com. Coming up tonight at 6, a new legal action from the father of an Ole Miss freshman football player after his son was killed at the Cordova house party last year. We'll have more on the wrongful deaths lawsuit filed by Corey Adams Sr. tonight on the news at 6. And if you'd like the latest headlines delivered directly to your inbox, sign up for the WREG newsletter today. Just go to WREG.com or scan the QR code on your screen right now. News Channel 3 will be right back. The town of Ripley, Mississippi has been devastated. The small northeast Mississippi community with about 14,000 residents in its county lost power Saturday night and for the past 4 days has been living with no power, no water, no gas, and in some cases, no heat or ways to get out. The ice storm Saturday night ripped down trees like this all over the county, and everywhere you look, there is destruction. The mono hum of generators fill the air in small town Ripley, Mississippi. Though Saturday's sunrise would bring a calm winter wonderland to the town, sunset would bring destruction.
Nobody prepares for this kind of
You
storm.
don't.
You
I
know,
mean,
it's a
when-
once in a lifetime
and people
storm.
are fussing
you know.
about it, and I said, you just don't. know.
Ice blanketed old oak trees, branches, and power lines. By 11:30 Saturday night, power was lost as the trees split in two and smashed into the ground. The sounds, like a thunderstorm, would continue for the next 12 hours throughout the county. As the sun rose Sunday, catastrophic damage to the local power company's electric system was evident. Tree limbs and snapped poles surrounded every street, every home, and every person. In the days following the storm, over 99.9% of the typical electric power grid was offline as bitterly cold 9-degree temperatures set in after the storm. For 72 brutal hours, Tippah County, Mississippi was cold, dark, and largely inaccessible. Mississippi's Governor Tate Reeves visited the town, calling the destruction worse than 1994, referencing the historic ice storm that crippled the Mid-South more than 30 years ago. The governor eventually activated the state's National Guard, sending fuel, MREs, and blankets.
We are prioritizing healthcare facilities. We are prioritizing water systems that may not have power.
But only the power company can give normalcy back to this community. And they say it could be weeks, not days, before power is restored to every member as they work to repair thousands of damaged connections. And as the sun sets on day 4 of this monumental recovery, some lucky few will fall asleep to the enduring hum of a generator, but most of Tippah County will be sleeping in the cold. Reporting from Ripley, Mississippi, I'm William Traylor. A quiet scene here on Travis Road, but that was not the case at 1:30 this morning as Memphis police responded to this house right behind me. They say they responded to a call of a man being dead after a mother shot and killed an individual that was allegedly under the bed of her child.
I just feel bad for her because she was trying to do everything she could for those girls. And it's, like I said, it's just a unfortunate situation that it happened like that.
Kendra Scott came home from work about 1 a.m. Thursday morning, and in her South Memphis home, she says she found a man in her daughter's bedroom. That's when police say she shot Rodarius Morton. He was pronounced dead at the scene. A juvenile in the home reported Scott coming inside shouting, "Who's in my house?" before shooting the man that was hiding under the bed. A neighbor told police that he heard banging and came outside to find a man shot near his front porch, after which the alleged shooter, Scott, said, I shot him, while still holding a gun. Scott said, quote, "I saw a dude under my kid's bed and did what I had to do." Kendra Scott is now in jail, charged with first-degree murder and using a firearm in the commission of a dangerous felony. Scott does not currently have a bond and is expected to appear in court on Monday. Now, we don't know the age of the man that was shot, nor do we know exactly what's happened to the child that was involved in the situation. But what we do know is that the mother is in jail at 201 Poplar, charged with the 2 crimes that we mentioned earlier. And we also know that this family will never be the same. In Memphis, Tennessee, for WREG, your news leader, I'm William Traylor. It was his first stop on his American comeback tour across college campuses. The politically right activist and founder of Turning Point USA, with nearly 10 million Instagram followers, regularly hosted open debates on campuses, with one that was scheduled right here at Ole Miss on October 29th. The national and local reaction was swift. Immediately, social media and feeds were flooded with condolences and opinions. Even on this 24-year anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks, news, videos, and commentary of Kirk's death have taken over nearly all conversations on the internet and in person. President Trump released a video shortly after declaring the violence as terrorism and vowing to use all resources of the federal government to find the killer. Utah Governor Spencer Cox called it a political assassination. Reaction across the Ole Miss campus has been visible and amplified, some even going viral on social media for their support, like this group of freshmen whose sign hung from the Deaton Hall dorms yesterday afternoon.
Yeah, I went to Walmart, bought a bed sheet and some paint, and figured, let's make a banner and hang a banner and a flag outside our dorm. We could all have our disagreements, but at the end of the day, we are all human, and that is a human life we lost.
Other students gathered outside the dorm building to mourn and express their collective grief. Some students did not have any grief to express at all.
I'm very sad about this.
Oh no.
Wow, what a great man. Can I just tell you? Can I just tell you how great of a man he was? He was a great man because he's dead. Because he's dead now. He's dead.
I thought it was terrible. I don't think anyone should be shot for having the wrong quote unquote wrong political opinion.
Everybody should be able to have freedom of speech and talk about whatever they want to speak. He was doing something very peaceful and very educational, and people took it the wrong way.
And as the hunt continues, Americans are ending their day to day in a nation more polarized, more anxious, and more violent than the nation they were in yesterday. William Traylor, Newswatch Ole Miss. Well, this is what we all wished it looked like today. But that's what it actually looked like today. Look at all the leaves that are gone, the cloudy skies, and welcome back to Newswatch Ole Miss. I'm William Traylor with Stormwatch. 68 degrees here in Oxford today. Light rain all day long on the Oxford campus. If you've been outside this morning, you probably have had that umbrella with you, or you've gotten wet as a result of not having that umbrella. 5-mile-per-hour winds, 98% humidity here in Oxford today. You may have noticed last night how all that fog was in the air, all that steam, what looked like steam was in the air. That's that humidity, and that will stick around for tonight as well. Now, as you go into this next week, some temperatures are going to ebb and flow a little bit. There's going to be some fluctuation that we're going to try to tell you about, but what you need to know is the Memphis radar is down. According to the National Weather Service, that's what this red dot is that you see right here on your screen. That is the main radar we use for all of our weathercasts around here in the Mid-South, and that radar is down, so you may have to swap around, use your weather app, put it in Little Rock or Huntsville or somewhere like that if you're having trouble pulling up the weather on your phone because of that radar outage. National Weather Service posting this on their Facebook page with a little sad face on the radar as well. Telling you to just use another radar for the time being. That radar should be fixed within the next couple of days. So what are we looking at around the region today? 64 in South Haven, 68 is a high today in Oxford, 67 in Holly Springs. And we're going to stay in that 60-degree range all day today and all night tonight. We're not going to break out of that for the next 12 hours or so. 61 being your low this evening. That's not going to change until tomorrow, but tomorrow's forecast is going to be pretty good. I'll tell you about it in just a second. 61 your low tonight. Cloudy, but we don't really have a whole lot of precipitation. You may get some sprinkles here and there, but nothing like we've been having for the majority of the day today. The winds are going to stay down, but that humidity will be high. It'll feel very muggy, very sticky, and all of that fog will stay in the air tonight like it did last night. But tomorrow's going to come. It's a new day, and it'll be 75 degrees and mostly sunny for your Friday. 9 miles per hour, 23% chance of precipitation for everyone that's leaving Oxford. You'll have a pretty good day to get out of Oxford with that weather. Not too much rain hindering your drive back home. Tomorrow's highs around the area: 75 in Oxford, 76 in Holly Springs, 74 down in Tupelo. We're finally getting below the 60s, 59 for your lows tomorrow night, and it's going to stay that way for the majority of the weekend, as you can see here in your 7-day forecast. Look at that Saturday and Sunday, 69 and 66 with lows as 47, and then we're going to go into Monday and Tuesday with some big rain that is going to bring in a cold front here into the Mid-South region that will follow us all the way into Wednesday and into the Egg Bowl, which we will win.
I can't do the cold. I came down here thinking it's hot year-round.